Hello, my old school soul food family. Chef Jeffrey back with another video. Okay, y'all, I'm still continuing my Christmas items here. Like I told y'all, on Christmas I eat mainly 4 meats on Christmas growing up. We use hen, duck, and of course ham. And we don't use no fancy honey glazed ham like you buy in the store. You use a ham like this. This particular ham has the skin on it, you see. Has fat on there. It's totally smoked. It's cooked. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this thing alive. Because you eat it like this, it doesn't taste good. And the skin is tough, so I'm going to put a honey glaze on here. We're going to bake it in the oven about 1.5 hours, 2 hours. I'm going to show you the process. Before I get started, please subscribe to my channel. There's a little red description button down there. Please subscribe. Please comment. Please like. And even hit that notification bell so you can get all my upcoming videos. Okay, let's get started, y'all, because this is very simple, like all my recipes. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this ham in a pan right here, and I got a rack. Got a rack on the bottom, which is very beneficial, because a lot of I'm going to be pouring the juice out of here and reglazing the ham through the process, and I'll tell you as I go along. So I'm going to set this aside. And now to make my glaze, which is very easy. And this recipe is on the description of the video, y'all. A lot of people say, why you don't tell her how much you put in it? It makes the video go quicker. I'm putting honey in here. Y'all can look later in the description of the video. Got some brown sugar. Light brown sugar. You can use dark if you want, but dark, light is better. A little mustard, little nutmeg, and a little cinnamon, y'all. A little cinnamon here. Now I'm gonna put this in the microwave just for a minute here. Let that honey loosen up, because it's cold in my house, so the honey is not as warm than it normally is. And for this, use the cheapest honey you got. Don't use the expensive honey. Use the cheapest honey you got, y'all. Okay. Now, I'm going to stir this up here. Get that all stirred up really good. You want to get that brown sugar really incorporated in there. That's what you want. Very simple, y'all. That's it. That was so hard, wasn't it? That was so difficult, wasn't it? I'm sweating here already. Okay, let me put this away. Put this over here on the side. Now all we're going to do now, I got a brush here. You got a brush, it's fine. Now you can kind of spoon it on if you want to. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to brush this glaze on here. Thick as I can. And I'm not going to use it all because I'm going to be brushing it through the whole process. See that? Brush that on there. It's going to slide off. A little of it's going to slide off. Try to brush it as good as you can. Because as it heat up, it's going to slide off. And that's why we're going to baste it as it's cooking. We can get that nice caramelization on it through the process. Like I said, it's going to take about 1.5 hours, 2 hours. Y'all, get all in that skin. Get all in there, y'all. See that? A little bit more. And that's it. That's all I'm going to do for now. Now, I got like half of the glaze left, because through the process, we're going to be, cooking process, we're going to be totally basting this through the whole process. Now, I'm going to set this aside in the bottom of the pan. I'm going to put some water in the bottom of the pan here so the ham won't dry out. If I don't do this, the ham will tend to dry out on you. So you're going to put a little moisture, and this is going to also make help you with the glaze when you're mopping it. And that's it. All I'm going to do, I'm going to put it in the oven, 350 degrees. Uncover it for 1 hour. Every 30 minutes, I'm going to baste this thing. After an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 45 minutes, it's gonna get a little dark. We're gonna cover it up for about 30 minutes and let it really, really cook. In the last 10 minutes, we're gonna turn the oven on up to like 400 and let it get that final caramelization glaze on it that makes the ham look so good. And we're gonna have an awesome honey glazed ham. So we'll be back when I baste it the first time and we'll go from there. We'll be right back. Okay, y'all, we back here. Okay, it's been like 30 minutes here. And I got a little bowl here. And there's some juice in here. Like I told you I was going to be. And I'm going to pour this juice in this bowl. That's why I use a wire rack, y'all. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to baste this only with the liquid out of the pan. Only with the liquid out of the pan. We're not going to mess with this one yet. I'm going to show you later what we're going to do with this one. And we're just going to go back over it. And pour all this juice back on this ham. It's very important to baste this. Because what it is, we're sealing in the juices. So you don't want a dry ham. That's how sometimes you taste a ham that's so dry. Because when they cooked it, they didn't baste it. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to cook it 30 minutes again. After 30 minutes, I'm going to take it out again and baste it. After I take it out again, after the other 30 minutes, that'll be 1 hour cooking time. I'm going to cover it up and cook it 30 minutes covered. Put all this on there. All that juice back on there. That's all flavor, y'all. Look at that. All flavor going back in that ham. Okay, now let me reiterate what I said. This is the first 30 minutes of the cooking process. I took it out. I basted it in the juices. Now, I'm going to put it back in the oven, 30 more minutes. Take it out, baste it again. After 30 minutes, after I baste it again, I'm going to cover it. We're going to cook it 30 minutes covered to make sure it's completely hot and cooked good inside. After 30 minutes, with the foil on it, we're going to take it off. We're going to glaze it with the original glaze again. Turn the oven up to 450, and that's going to make that nice caramelization, sugary, honey glaze that we're looking for. So let's put this back in the oven. I'll be back. I'm going to be back. I ain't going to come back the second glaze, because second glaze I'm going to cover it. I'm going to come back after I uncover it, and then we'll put the sugary glaze on there. So we'll be right back. All right, y'all, it's been 30 minutes. Okay, now, I basted it again. Now, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to cover it up here so it don't get any darker. And I'm going to put it back in the stove for 30 more minutes. Then after 30 minutes, we're going to come back. Remember the stick glaze that we had left over? We're going to put all this nice glaze on top of it, kick it up to about 450 and let that glaze caramelize on the ham, and it will be ready. So we'll be back in 30 minutes for the final glaze. Okay, y'all, we back here. Okay, now I just took the foil off of here. Now, we're going to put the final glaze on top of here. See that thick glaze here? Brush that on top of that because we want to caramelize this really, really good. That's why we're going to put it in the oven at 450 degrees for about 15-20 minutes. No bigger, more than that, because you don't want it to burn. You just want to caramelize this on there really, really good. That's what's going to give you that honey glaze on here. Make sure you get it all on there, y'all. That glaze all on there really good. That thick glaze. You don't want to melt this, you want to caramelize it. A little bit more on there. See how pretty that is? Yes, that's what you want, y'all. When I put it in the oven, when I put it on top, and just let gravity do its thing here. Let gravity do its thing. There we go. If you don't like it this much honey glaze on yours, hey, you don't have to do it. Okay, I'm going to put this in the oven 450 degrees for only 15 minutes. That's all it's going to take. And we'll be right back. Alright, y'all, we are back. This is what you get. Look at that caramelization and that sugar on there, y'all. And that ham and the brown sugar and the honey. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. Beautiful ham there. That's all sticky. This is here, all sticky caramelization on there. That's what you want, y'all. That's what you want. So I'm going to let this ham cool a little. And I'm going to cut me a slice of this. And we might make me a ham sandwich. But I'll be right back. I'm going to let it cool just slightly. And I'll be right back here to slice a piece off. Be right back.